Hey everyone, SweetJohnnyCage here. Welcome to part 9. I believe it's part 9. I should really check these before I start these things. But, you know, we're fast and loose on these little walkthroughs here. These older games. Although Sekiro's not that old. Yeah, part 9 of the full playthrough walkthrough for Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. In this section of the walkthrough, we're going to do a bunch of optional stuff. Actually, everything we're about to do is optional. So, what we're going to do is we are going to unlock 2 secret endings and fight an optional boss. That boss is required for one of the optional endings. Additionally, we are going to attempt to unlock a piece of secret dialogue. I'm not sure if we can do it because of the way some characters need to move around, and one of the characters has already moved, and I don't know if Emma will move again. So we're going to find that out first. So yeah, pretty much every single thing we're about to do in this walkthrough is optional. Yeah, so if you just want a critical path through the game, I guess you could just skip this walkthrough, but okay. So in the previous walkthrough, we returned to Ashina Castle, and we defeated Owl, Great Shinobi Owl, and have sort of rescued Kuro once again. And so now it is time to start unlocking the endings. You need to unlock the secret endings prior to defeating the next story boss, which is the boss, the final boss of Fountainhead Palace. I don't want to spoil the name until we actually get there, but you will know it's the final boss of that area. It's not the final boss of the game. So that's why we're doing all this now. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is try to unlock that secret dialogue. So what we have to do is we have to go to the dilapidated temple and speak with the sculptor. And we need to get the sculptor a little drunk. So we are going to give him 2 very specific bottles of booze. We're going to give him Ashina sake, as well as monkey booze. So basically giving him Ashina sake, he tells you about Dogen, which is Emma's father. He's a famous doctor. And then giving him monkey booze, we will learn about his companion. And they trained in the Sunken Valley together. They were both shinobi. Okay, so once you've done that, what we're going to do is we're going to rest at the idol, and then hopefully Emma shows up. If she doesn't, I will try to move away. Is she there? She is there. Cool, okay. All right. So let's go ahead and speak with her. Okay. Okay, cool. So, this is secret, but we can move behind here and eavesdrop on them. So Emma gives Orangutan an update on the war, and he tells her that she needs to be the one to put an end to things for him. Okay, so now what we're going to do, and this is the part I'm unsure of if this will work, but what we're going to do is rest again, and hopefully she leaves. Yes. Okay, great. So we're going to speak with him again, and perfect. He says, you're going to be the one to kill me. Great. So what that does is it unlocks a piece of dialogue for an optional final boss. And I won't spoil it, but that's what you got to do to unlock the dialogue. And I will cover that in, I guess, 2 walkthroughs from now. So it's a really, really important thing. Okay. Great. So I'm really, really happy that worked. So now what we're going to do is we're going to unlock, we're going to do the longer quest line first. So what we're going to do is... Oh, let's spend this memory. Great Shinobi Owl. So let us travel to... Oh my god, I didn't rest at the idol again. Let's go back to Kuro's room. Gotta make sure to rest at the idol. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull up my own guide from back in 2019. I'm gonna make sure I know what I'm doing. Not this one. Yeah, this one. This one is so long. Just rest at this idol while this video loads. Okay, step 1, defeat Owl. Okay, great. So, what we're going to do is we spoke with the divine child of the rejuvenating waters. And when we did that, she gave us rice. So, we need to get 3 pieces of rice from her. You can either eat the rice yourself, or you can give it to specific people. So the first person that you can give it to, we have unfortunately already kind of missed. It's the woman who's sitting on the bridge once you reach Ashina Castle. It's all good though. She doesn't really tell you too much, I don't think. Maybe she does. Anyway, we'll cover it. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we are gonna go to Senpo Temple, and we're gonna go to. Yeah, I guess the entrance is the best one. All right. So this part is, I mean, this is all optional, but doing what I'm about to do is the most optional out of anything, is giving the rice to certain people. The quickest way to do this is to just eat it. But, you know, I want to give you the grand tour here. I want to show you everything this game has to offer. So what we're going to do is we're going to run through this whole area. Ignore all these guys. This guy's going to power up. Yep, hello. So just ignore them, and then we're going to go up here. Okay. And then... kill these guys. Although even this is optional. I actually just wanted to see what would happen if I killed this guy. Not this one. I know what happens when I kill this guy. This is the person I'm curious about. Okay, nothing. All right, so let's come out here, and then we're going to speak to this woman, and she just sort of babbles and says things, you know, sort of like a general hint, like, hey, there's a hole over there. That's where you'll find it. But Wolf just doesn't really understand what she's saying. So if you give her rice, she'll have a moment of clarity and completely explain what she's talking about. So doing that, she tells you to fly a kite, and the kite is the hint of how to get over there. So there's a kite down there, and we'll come back here and actually do this. But she's telling you that the kite is the key. The kite is the key. So we'll figure that out later. For now, though, let's go to an idol. Quickest one is over here, I guess. And we'll come back here and sort of discover everything she's talking about. Oh, whoa, that was really close. Okay. There's an idol up here for us. The Shugendo idol. Okay, so now let's travel to the inner sanctum, and we're going to speak with the divine child again. She's going to give us more rice. And we got to get a total of 3 bundles of rice from her. Oh, God. Rice is not ready. Sekiro. Okay, so I think it's actually... It's funny, in the guide, I was like, I didn't have this problem, but some people reported this. So what we actually need to do is speak with Kuro, and he's going to tell us how to access... Fountainhead Palace, and then that should trigger it. Just want to make sure I didn't have any rice on me. I was hoping to do this part in the next walkthrough, but it's okay. Okay, got it. The divine child should now give us more rice. Oops. Hopefully. Yes, okay. So that is... It's weird. I'm really glad I watched my own guide, because I would not have thought to do that. Okay, so now that we have more rice, let's go give it to another old woman who gives us another hint. Go to Sunken Valley and go to Bodhisattva Valley. This is the idol just above where we fought the Guardian Ape. She's right here. So basically, same thing. She's sort of babbling, but says that a fruit is down there. If you give her some rice, she tells you that the monkey is the key. You need to make the monkey dance. So again, we'll cover that in a little bit. Once again, let's go back to the Inner Sanctum and get our third piece of rice. All right. Cool. So now that we have number 3. And then we can give this to Kuro. Actually, no, I think this one, number 3, we just eat. She gives us a special one specifically for Kuro. Okay. I think if we rest, it might just progress. Maybe we can keep the extra rice. Yeah, okay. Cool. All right, so if we speak with her, we find out that she is basically malnourished, and she needs a persimmon. So you may have picked up some persimmons. If not, there is a very reliable place to get one. And if you go to Senpo Temple and you go to the Shigendo idol, there is a persimmon in a bird's nest just behind the idol. And there's a memorial mob here as well. So if you just turn around, you can jump down here. And there's a persimmon right here. Oh, no? Maybe you buy it from this guy. Yeah, okay, you can buy a persimmon from him. Sorry about that. I thought it was in the other one. Cool, 5 colored rice. I don't think I ever bought that. Anywho. So that's that. Make sure you buy that from him. Just checking over here. Make sure there's nothing else. It's funny, you're literally right above the entrance at this point. It's too good. Looks like I forgot a couple items down there, actually. Oh well, they're not important. Anywho. Let's go back to the idol. And now what we're going to do is we're going to give these to the child. And when we do, she's going to give us a special bundle of rice to take to Kuro. Okay, so now we got rice for Kuro. Literally says rice for Kuro. And so now we're going to be like little pen pals with them. So we're going to bring this to Kuro. And then he is going to make us a rice ball for it. Or a rice ball with it. Okay, so let's rest. And then he should have a rice ball waiting for us. Okay, so now we get the sweet rice ball. Sweet sticky rice ball made by Kuro using the rice from the Child of Rejuvenation. Slowly grants medium vitality recovery and constant posture recovery over time. Once, when the wolf was starving, his father wordlessly handed him a rice ball. It was astoundingly delicious. This one is sure to taste just as good. Alright, so we gotta do what Kuro tells us. We gotta eat the sweet rice ball. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to the inner sanctum. And the divine child is going to be missing. No? I might have forgotten a step. Hold, please. Okay, we gotta go get a book. So, once we've eaten the rice ball, spoken to her again, hopefully she gives us 5 stars for our Uber Eats rating. What we're going to do now is we're going to run outside. We need to get an item out of the bottom of this lake. So you can just jump off down into the lake. Okay. So go down here, and then right here, there will be a book for you. Holy Chapter Infested, which is a holy book on enlightenment, inscribed for the divine child of rejuvenation. For an age, I have been blessed by the worm. To be undying is to walk the eternal path of enlightenment. Thus, I must become enlightened to understand why I cannot die. It is said the holy dragon's origins were in the West. So I wonder, how did the worm come to be bestowed upon me? Don't forget, while you're down here, there is a prayer bead right here. I think it's a prayer bead. Yes. Okay. So now that we have this book, let's run back to an idol, and then we're going to go back to Homegirl. And if you give her the chapter, this sort of starts the secret ending here. Okay, so now we're going to rest. She should disappear. Yep, so now she's gone. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the folding screen monkey area. The Halls of Reflection. No, it's not the Halls of Reflection, right? That's from World of Warcraft. Halls of Illusion. And the Divine Child is chilling out here. Okay, so I think she's speaking with the monkeys, or the spirits of the monkeys. So we do that. And then we're now going to go find the other book. So there is a way to do this part early, or the part that we just did early. If you were to go all the way through Senpo Temple, up until you basically reach the bell that brings you to the Folding Screen Monkeys boss fight, if you were to get all the way there before defeating Genichiro, there will be an NPC there that you can speak with. He sits right here. So if you're playing through on New Game Plus, give this a shot. You can get here pretty quick. But there's an NPC that you can speak with, and he'll give you the book. Or that first book. He's pretty creepy looking, too. But for the second book, we're going to go down here. We're going to go through this cave. You got a few of these Vega guys. Oops. I'm not going to jump just yet. I want to see what's through here. Okay. So if we jumped before, we would land right here. I just wanted to see if it was the same route. But importantly, you want to go down here. Also, in case you're ever wondering how Wolf can see in the dark, his eyes turn brighter when you're in the dark. It's weird. But that sort of gives you like context of why he can see so well in the dark. Wait a minute. There should be a corpse right here. Maybe not. Maybe not yet. I made some edits in my guide. Like some, I cut out like a lot of dead time, so I'm just like double checking. I guess he's at the end of this passage. Here he is. So this is the priest that the divine child was telling us about. So now we get Holy Chapter, Dragon's Return. Sacred passage on a path to enlightenment. Undying, I pray for the dragon's return. Undying, lo, let us wait an age. For the divine air to assimilate the cold dragon tears, for the cradle to consume the pair of serpentine fruits. Let the cradle endure, giving him shelter, granting his return to the west. So, this is the ending. What we got to do is we need the divine air to assimilate cold dragon tears, and for the cradle to consume the pair of serpentine fruits. And then the cradle will endure, giving him shelter, granting his return to the west. Him being the divine heir. It's kind of messed up, but you'll see what happens if you choose this ending. Anyway, to get out of here, you just want to look for a grapple point. And then there is actually an esoteric text for us here. Senpo Esoteric Text, a book of secrets that grants the ability to learn Senpo-style skills. Those of the Senpo Temple mastered martial arts in the pursuit of virtue. They considered strong fists and strict discipline essential against Buddha's enemies. However, Senpo Temple was seized by an obsession for the undying, which corrupted their teachings and style. A lot of lore when you're going for this ending. All right, so basically we're going to take a leap of faith towards, Jesus, towards that grapple point over there. Very good. And there we go. There's the cave entrance again. So let's go back inside. And then let us speak with the divine child. Okay. So now we got to find the two fruits, right? She calls them persimmons, but they are not actually persimmons. All right. So here's where the fun part begins. First, we're going to go to Senpo Temple, Mount Kongo. I should really get water. My voice is getting a little gravelly. I have a soda here, but it's not doing me any good. I'll get it after we finish this quest line. Okay, so very important. You want to make sure you have the Puppeteer Ninjutsu equipped. You need that for both of these. So we're going to come down here, and you will notice Black Hat is here. So you can speak with him, and he tells you that he needs to get to a grave site, and he kind of gives you a hint to sort of converse over there. Sorry, you sort of converse with him, and then he tells you to use the little tyke down there to bring up the kite. So you have to do all this without warping, I think. I think warping would definitely reset all this, but anyway, you're going to puppeteer this guy. Okay, then once you do that, you want to start running back. And now we got to get to where the old woman was a little while ago. Okay, so the puppeteer, he sends the kite out. You can see it moving. And he stays there kind of indefinitely. So just like before, we're going to ignore all these guys. These two always go Super Saiyan when you approach them. Ginyu Force over there. Okay. So right where that old lady was sitting, see right here? We're going to come over here and climb this tree. This big tree right here. And now we have the kite. And that's because that little ministry rat down there has extended the handle all the way. All right, so let's use it as a grapple point, and then that sends us all the way over here. And now we're going to use these platforms to get over. Okay. Great. Pretty cool. So now you can see this basilisk skin, right? We've seen those before, and that's usually indicative that there's a basilisk nearby. You can speak with Badger again, and he will tell you that this is the grave for his child. Okay, so then he tells us he'll head back eventually. I kind of can't remember if he does or not, but anywho, there's a hidden idol here. Definitely recommend resting at it. Praying strikes. Anywho. Okay, so let's come down here. And now we are above the sunken valley. If you get here early, this will not be possible. The basilisk will not be here unless it has harassed you down here, so you have to come to Sunken Valley, kind of get the basilisk's attention, and then you're going to be able to do this. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump and do a death blow, and then a second death blow once we get prompted to do so. And there's the fresh serpent viscera. The persimmon-like heart of a great serpent. The great serpent is considered to be a god of the land, and the heart is believed to be where one's spirit resides. While its shape bears similarity to a persimmon, in fact, this is the red viscera of a god. It is safe to assume that eating it would be poisonous to one's health. And we look like something out of Bloodborne. Unfortunately, as far as I know, this is the only way to get looking exactly like this, but still really cool. All right, so before you proceed down back into the valley, I want to grab a couple items. And this part I find a little odd. So we clearly just killed a snake, right? One of the serpents. Great. Great job. We're going to encounter another one. And also, this is the other side of that bridge that the serpent broke on us when we got out of the gun fort. So now we can just jump down into the water here. Oh, wow, what's this? I didn't know about this platform. It's funny. Huh. Interesting. Anyway, now we can jump down into this water. And the blood does get washed off you. Oh, it doesn't actually. My bad. Oh, now it is, since we're underwater. Okay, so down here there are a few carp alongside some items. Definitely loot this area. Okay. There's a treasure here as well. Just gonna check for this other carp again. Yep, there it is. Cool. Alrighty. So, we don't have to go far for the other viscera. You should do this pretty quick. So from this sculptor's idol here, which I think is called the Riven Cave. Yeah, the Riven Cave. Go up here, and then I mentioned doing this when we were here in this section of the walkthrough. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take a giant leap of faith. Oh, hello. Take a big leap of faith, and you're basically just gonna mash your grappling hook and try to get onto that white branch. What item is that? Anyway, same deal. Perfect. All right, and we're going to jump over here. And now we're going to go inside of this cave. Make sure to purchase anything from the Memorial Mob. If you haven't already, he does sell the green mossy gourd, which will heal poison. Sorry. All right, so you want to make sure you have Puppeteer equipped again. It's very important. Inside of this cave, near all the walls, or near some of the walls, are spirits that come out very similar to Dark Souls 2. There's one right there. Ow. So don't go near the walls. So you can see that there's a big serpent here. So what we're going to do is very carefully navigate this cave, avoiding the... Oh, shit. Damn it. Avoiding the walls as best we can. There it is. It's like, where'd the treasure go? All right. And then as soon as we get over here, this is where you want to stop. So we're going to hug this wall. And there's a monkey over there where you see those spirit emblems. So we need to ninjutsu or puppeteer this monkey. And then what it's going to do is it's going to jump into this crevice up here and help us out. You do not need to do this. There are ways to do this without Puppeteer, but there's really no point. So as soon as the snake stares at the monkey, that's when you want to go. And then in the back of this house is a statue. And here's the dried serpent viscera. A dried persimmon-like heart of a great serpent. Apparently, denizens of the Sunken Valley worship the organs, believing they represent the deity itself. All right, so there's two ways out of this area. The real way is to grapple up here, and we're going to do that. But another way is a glitch. Maybe this was patched, maybe it wasn't. We're about to find out. Get a fistful of ash. Okay. And then use it on the snake. And it glitches away. It resets the position and you can get out that way. The real way out, though, is to grapple up here. And then make sure you fall down here for this treasure here. Some divine confetti, always helpful. And then you are not going to believe where you get let out. Ashina Depths. It's an incredible piece of world building, this little side quest. It shows you just how connected everything is. Okay, so now that we have all that, we are going to go back to the inner sanctum, and we're going to give these two serpent viscera to the divine child of the rejuvenating waters. Okay, so now we're going to rest, and the doors will close. And we have to eavesdrop on the child. Okay. So we can rest. The doors open. These doors will not open unless you know how to get to Fountainhead Palace. Just keep that in mind. She is now blind. So we blinded a child. Great job, everybody. But she gives us her frozen tears. These are tears that were shed by the divine child of rejuvenation once she became the cradle. They are but frozen drops. By having Kuro drink both the dragon's tears and the frozen tears, the cradling ritual can be performed. Cold dragon tears are just that. Okay, so we are basically done. At this point, you now have access to the Return or Dragon's Homecoming ending. You can't actually like select the ending until you're ready to beat the game. And luckily in Sekiro, you can beat the game and select an ending like hours later. Like you can defeat the final boss and just leave and go do whatever you want to do. And then whenever you're ready to end the game, you just go back to the boss arena and do a thing. So, great. Okay, so that is that ending right there. So that took us 40 minutes to do. What we're going to do now is we're going to unlock the access the other ending, which is called Purification. So in order to get Purification, we need to eavesdrop on Kuro. Basically, until you hear him say something along the lines of, I have to do what must be done. I already got that, but once you do that, Lady Emma will move upstairs. And when you speak with her, she will tell you that she's going to look for, information about doing what has to be done. And then if you rest and speak with her one more time, this is what happens. You get Tomoe's note. And then she says that she's going to go to their graves to look into it. So their graves are near an idol that we have access to already. It's the old grave idol. So easy to figure out. All right, so Emma will be over here now. So we can speak with her. All right, so now she's going to go speak with Orangutan. And so that's our cue to go back to the dilapidated temple. So let's do that now. So speaking with her, she says that he wasn't able to help. But he tells us that the temple is horribly drafty. So that's our hint to go back and eavesdrop. Okay, so once we do that, now we need to confront Emma about what we just overheard. All right. Now she's going to give us Father's Bell Charm. A bell charm previously owned by the owl. The owl held this bell for a long time. Offering it at the dilapidated temple may result in seeing a different memory than before. There's no way of knowing why this protective bell exists. Perhaps the owl kept it for himself, or perhaps he meant to give it to someone. All right. So, we can pray at the statue using Father's Bell Charm. And now, this is the optional path for that optional boss I was telling you about. Here we are back at Hirata Estate. But clearly, things are a bit different. So, I want to warn you, we are going to immediately fight a mini-boss here. And you'll notice that Owl is nowhere to be found. Oops. Ow, I'm just trying to take care of the wolves first. Jesus. Would you please go away? Oops. Oh my god, wolves. I'm actually wondering if I should even kill them. I actually seem to remember killing this guy a different way. See how it goes. See if he summons more. Ow. Shit. Alright, that sucks. Let's try it again. Just gonna try to rush him, see what happens. Nope. Cool, that's one. Calls him the Spear Bearer, but he uses a sword. Wonder what that's about. Ow. Jesus. Cool. All right, that's Lone Shadow Masanaga. All right, get a prayer bead for that. Some adamantine scrap, or adamantite scrap. And so, yeah, like I said, clearly things are different here. Some enemies are around. Oh, we definitely need a, yeah, loaded axe. Yeah, some enemies are around that weren't earlier. Oh, God. I hate you. Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, how many axes do you need, bro? Oh, God. Shit. I'm gonna puppeteer this guy. Yeah, go do my work. I'm a fool to do your dirty work. Oh, yeah. Just watch them. See what happens. Oh, Jesus. Luckily, we're close to an idol. All right. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so now we have access to this idol again. And Hirata Estate is now changed. If you need to go get anything, like if you missed the flame vent or the axe or the Sabimaru, it's all, not the Sabimaru, the Raven's Mist, it's all good. You can just go back to the beginning area and get it. What I'm actually going to do right now is I'm going to go pick up the red gourd. I purchased this before fighting the optional Shura ending bosses, but when I restored my save, I forgot to get it again. So I'm just going to get that now. Can dogs swim? No. Okay. I'm not even going to bother with floating passage. It's not a good ability. There's a couple carp in here. I think this is the dog from earlier. Yeah. Damn. Yeah, once you get the Mibu breathing technique, you kind of want to like go back and adventure and find any treasure carp scales you can get. So there are quite a few treasure carp in the game. I think there's a total of 42 available scales, and you need 40 to purchase everything. Great. Okay. Great. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. All right, let us return to the main hall. Now we can, if we'd like, just go straight through. That said, I don't recommend it, because we now have some of Owl's people up here. Luckily, though, they don't really see you all at once. Okay. One more over there. Oh, I'm covered in oil right now. I definitely cannot get set on fire. I didn't realize that's what they were throwing at me. I thought that they were fighting something. Oh, come on. Ow. Yikes. Great. Okay. So that's all them. You don't want to waste too many resources on these guys if you can help it, but you definitely want to clear them out of the way. Okay, I don't think anything new was added in here. Man, I look weird. Covered in oil like this. Okay, no. All right. So, yeah, just like before, Juzou the Drunkard is here, but I think there's an eavesdrop opportunity. Yes. All right, so we now know who let slip all the information on Hirata Estate. It was Owl. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to equip the Poison Gourd alongside the green sugar, Gaichin sugar. This allows us to become somewhat invisible. And we're going to use this to kill this guy right here. Never mind. Wasn't quick enough. Definitely want the Flame Vent and Raven's Mist. Or Mist Raven. And then we can sacrifice that. You want to get some Earl. But of course there's an Archer here, because why not? Yikes. Oh my god. I'm gonna do my best to run away. No. Oh my god, dude. Nope, not what I wanted. Oh, this is so bad. I was spamming circle right there. This is going so poorly. Heal, dude. What are you doing? Okay. Oh, man. All right. Somehow we survive by the literal skin of our teeth. Okay, so take out your oil in the flame vent. Start it up. Yes, okay. Nope, that didn't go well. So you can just sort of wait it out if you like. Normally I would go ahead and use the ceremonial Tonto, but I don't really have much health to survive it. Wow, that was close. I really did not think I was going to survive that. Shit. Got him. Okay. Whew, man, that was incredible. All right. Juzou round 2 goes down. And this is our boy from earlier. The guy who told us his name, who helped us fight Juzou. Turns out he died before. Oh, wow. That was crazy, man. Okay. I really can't believe we made it through there. All right. Fair warning, there's going to be a couple of extra guys in here. Most importantly, this guy. I don't know if the stuff gets replenished in here. No, it doesn't. Anyway, if you didn't get anything in here, or everything in here the first time, it's all here for you through this shinobi door. Oh, there's a guy behind me. Shit. really forgot about that guy behind me. All right. Cool. Oh, okay. Great. Cool. Just gotta plug in my headset. And so we're gonna fight this boss. I'm actually gonna grab a drink before we do, though. Just because my throat is dying. All right, plugged in our headset, got my water bottle, put on some chapstick. Good to go. Okay, so this next boss fight is going to be Owl. Damn. Okay, so close to that final skill point. Okay, so Owl, the father, is some kind of boss, let me tell you. He is no joke. This fight takes place 3 years before the one that we already did. And so he is younger, he is faster, and has more moves. The most important thing to watch out for is the firecrackers. Just like in the previous fight, when he throws firecrackers, that is a prime opportunity to run through them and deal a bunch of damage to him. Yeah. He also has an owl, like a literal owl, during the second phase that will fly around the arena. The owl doesn't do any damage to you, but occasionally he can use the owl to teleport, sort of like a Mistraven ability. And then when he does that, he'll almost always go behind you, so just be careful. Additionally, he can summon a real owl, and when he does this, you'll notice a big fireball sort of spawn in his hands, and then he throws it in your direction, and it comes out in a wave, so you want to sidestep it. But this is like the hardest fight in the game. All right. So always wait for him to parry you, and then you can go in on him. Firecrackers go in on him. Ow. I mistimed that. Yeah, okay. I mistimed the whole firecracker thing. It's been a long time since I've seen it. Try it again. Like I said, this is like the hardest fight in the game. All right, so 1 hour, 10 minutes was our first death. Hopefully it doesn't take too many tries, but I'd really rather this not take too many tries. So as always, it's always about pattern recognition. And with Owl, he is one of those bosses where you got to deal a lot of life damage to him. Jesus Christ. A lot of life... Come on. You got to deal a lot of life damage to him before he'll really take too much posture damage. All right, maybe with the firecrackers in this fight, just back up. I don't think I'm like skilled enough to do the timing where you run through it. I don't think he has the Lloyd's Talisman in this fight, although it's been a while, so maybe I'm just not remembering. I have to itch my head. Yeah, that ability is like way... It looks way scarier than it is. It's actually really easy to parry. He, you know, comes from like such a great distance that it's like pretty simple. He tries to trick you with the firecrackers, but if you notice that he sort of points at you or dashes back and just, you know, shows his sword at you, the big dash is coming. All right, so this is the owl. Yeah, he will almost always land behind you. That's the big teleport you gotta look out for. But then the owl will just sort of dance around the arena or fly around the arena, trying to distract you. But unless he disappears, you've got nothing to worry about from that owl. And with the kick, he will now throw shurikens on his way out. Oh, no. Yep, there he is. All right, so this is the fireball. You can jump it. That's really the best way to go about it. He will sometimes do that Makiri counter ability on the way out, but I'm just not particularly great at seeing it through the owl. Yeah, that owl's mad annoying. It just gets in your way, which is the whole point. I'm not mad about it. Just like... Yeah. There he is. So always watch his wrists. This is stuff you got to watch out for. It's always the wrists, not really always the weapon. Man, it's so, like, tough to do damage to him in this phase. You really don't get many opportunities because he just deflects everything. When he disappears, he just resets. Oh, Jesus. He resets his posture a lot of the time. Shit. Always hold block to reset your posture. I didn't even realize he disappeared until it was, like, so late. Yikes. I itched my forehead during that second hit. Oh, wow. I literally clenched my teeth with that. I did not know what was going to happen there. It's rare that he gets me up against a pillar. That was weird. Doing all right. Just keep it consistent. Oh, come on, dude. Don't forget about Juzou statues. If you have a resurrection point available, but it's just stricken out, use that Juzou statue. There we go. That's what I meant to do earlier. There we go. There's Owl, the father. And that is the real story of what happened in Hirata Estate. I really love the motion that Wolf does when he withdraws the sword and spins it around. Like the articulation on his wrist, just from like a game design perspective of him like actually doing that. Like his hand is really animated to do that. Beautiful. Okay, so the aromatic flower that we get, it's flowers of the everblossom that bloomed in an old memory. Grafted by Takeru, who took the branch from the divine realm as a parting relic. One who seeks purification may impart the dragon tears and these flowers to the divine heir of the dragon's heritage, thus severing the shackles that bind the immortal bearer of dragon's blood. All right. So, with all of that done, let us go to the dilapidated temple, and we're going to spend some money. Finally going to upgrade my prosthetics. Damn right we've overcome something. All right. Upgrades. I'm also missing one final prosthetic tool. I just want to make sure I didn't forget it somewhere. Prosthetic tool, Sekiro. Shuriken, Flame Vent, Firecrackers, Axe, Spear, Mist Raven, Save Maru, Umbrella, Abduction, Finger Whistle. Huh. I'm not. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 10 of them. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, great. So the most important one that I need to upgrade is the fan. This is magnet. I think it'll be right here. We don't need to do it just yet, so that's okay. And we're also getting really close to a good money farm location, so we'll leave it for now, but okay. Cool. Yeah, we have everything we need from him. Okay. For now, let us go back to Kuro's room and discuss everything that we've done and what this all means. So, in this walkthrough, we unlocked... I just realized we did Owl the Father on 2 attempts. 1 real attempt, I should say. I totally botched the first one. But 2 attempts, pretty good. So what we've done in this section of the walkthrough here is we have unlocked the 2 secret endings. So far, we have seen one of the endings, the Shura ending. We have unlocked the Purification ending by defeating Owl and getting that branch. And we have also unlocked the Return ending through that very long quest line with the Divine Child of Rejuvenation and the Divine Heir and the Serpent Visceras and the snakes and all that. So at this point, we can basically just continue on through the game and beat it. I'm going to do one more optional walkthrough after the next one. What that is we're going to go around, we're going to kill all of the optional stuff in the game, any remaining Sichuan warriors, all of the headless, an optional boss as well. So yeah, we have 3 parts left. The next part, we're going to go through a place called Fountainhead Palace. When we finish that area, it will trigger the end game. So you want to make sure that before you defeat the final boss of that area, you do everything we did in this optional guide. With the exception of triggering that secret dialogue, that's the only thing that you kind of need to do first. That's why I did it first, because Emma is now permanently in a visit with the Sculptor. She will not leave there. Hold on. Let me just make sure that's true. Yes. Okay, so she is permanently in a visit with the Sculptor. She will never leave there, which means that you cannot get that secret dialogue about, Sekiro having to kill the Sculptor at some point. That is no longer obtainable. All that is just an optional piece of dialogue, and it unlocks another optional piece of dialogue. That's it. It does not affect your ending, doesn't affect what's accessible, nothing like that. Yeah. So we unlocked the 2 extra endings. And yeah, so in the next walkthrough, we're going to go through Fountainhead Palace, do the whole thing. The walkthrough after that, we will do all the optional end game stuff. And then the walkthrough after that, we will finally beat the game. So we're closing in here. But that's it. That's everything for now. I hope this has all been helpful to you. Like I said, I'm really glad we were able to do it all in one go, with the secret dialogue, both endings, yada, yada. But if you're looking for any additional guides for Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, subscribe to the channel so you get alerted when new ones go live. You can also check the playlist in the description for all of my original Sekiro guides, all the individual ones. All right, but that's it. As always, I'm SweetJohnnyCage. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.